Am I the asshole for interfering in the bouquet toss at my girlfriend's sister's wedding?
That's awesome.
All right. Someone here has interfered in the bouquet toss. My girlfriend, we'll call her Maggie, and I went to her sister's wedding on Sunday, January 22nd. It was a great event, and things were going well for most of the evening. This was the first time I met Maggie's mother, but I had already met the rest of her family. When it came time for the bouquet toss, Maggie was one of the ladies in the group to try and catch it. I thought I had an opportunity to be funny and lift the mood, so I stood behind Maggie and slapped the flowers to the ground before she could catch them.
Yes.
I don't know if she actually would have been the one to catch them, but I did it anyway. I was doing it as a joke, which I thought would be obvious to everyone. I was like 0.0001% serious. I'm actually not interested in marriage. I'm in my 20s. I really had no bad intentions and wasn't trying to upset anyone. I thought I would get a chuckle from the crowd. After I slapped the bouquet to the floor, there was an audible gasp from everyone around, followed by an awkward silence. I was a little embarrassed, but I laughed anyway to try to non-verbally show everyone that it was a joke. Nobody laughed. After a bit, the moment had passed and everyone was starting a big dinner. Nobody talked to me, and I was getting a couple sideways glances. Maggie's mother eventually pulled me aside and, very respectfully, asked me to leave, to which I obliged. I didn't want to cause a scene. A few weeks later, my girlfriend and her sister are over it, but the mom still seems weird about it. I haven't spoken to her since then. Was this an asshole move, or was it just a lighthearted joke that was misinterpreted? Guys,
it was misinterpreted.
Guys, oh my God.
I'm just joshing. Bam! Guys, come on.
No, that's a funny thing to go up to your friend and be like, bro, you should go smack the bouquet out of the air. And then you both have a laugh, and then you go get another glass of wine.
Yeah.
It's like,
Don't go do
you
it.
don't go do it. It's like, bro, wouldn't it be hysterical? And then you don't do it.
Yeah.
You're also preventing anyone else from
Yeah.
grabbing it. And you're also, in a traditional wedding sense,
Exactly.
he's getting up and being part of something that
He's not
should not be part of.
Right.
Whenever I go to a wedding and I am not really part of the family,
Oh, I'm sitting in the
I'm
background
like,
of
yeah,
everything.
I'm invisible here.
Exactly.
And it's still like, it's a joke that at a wedding just it just feels a little old school in not a funny way
yeah.
of like, I'm not gonna marry her. Like, oh, hell no.
Yeah, it's like
it's just like, all right.
1987.
Not
Yeah.
me next, God, please.
I was at a wedding once, and this is on camera, where my best friend caught the bouquet. And we luckily were filming it, and we turned to our buddy, her boyfriend, and he's there just like, and it was just such a funny organic moment. That's just what happened. But to get up and try to make a joke at a wedding is just probably not gonna land. Funny things happen at weddings, but they need to happen just
genuinely.
naturally, genuinely.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm wondering if the sister asked the mom to ask him to leave. Or, because if if the bride asked the mom to ask him to leave, I guess it's like, I understand people take it upon them to kind of navigate the wedding because the bride and groom are too busy it shouldn't be their responsibility.
Yeah.
At the same time, would the bride agree with that? Or are you kind of taking the wedding into your own hands? That's an interesting thought. The mom seems to hate him now.
Yeah.
He's got an uphill battle if he actually wants to be with this
Can't
girlfriend.
do that on your first meeting with the mom.
Oh my God, man. The gusto to pull that kind of stunt at a wedding where you don't know most of the people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that's the tough part, is not knowing people. And then it feels like this has probably got to be a big deal for the sister and the mom. Maybe it's she's this is her dream wedding. This is she's been planning this. She's a big wedding person. Because on the outside looking, it's oh, he made a bad joke and did a dumb thing. But if the mom asks him to leave and then is still that upset, it had to have been a pretty bad
It had to have been pretty intense. Yeah. It's definitely very embarrassing for the girlfriend too, because the joke of it too is, no, I don't want to marry you. I will prevent even the superstitious possibility of it. So that's the first impression the mom gets and all the family gets.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's update, she broke up with me.
Probably. This is an Am I the Ex post for sure.
100%.
Yeah.
The verdict asshole.
For sure.
Comments, you're the asshole. It's a tradition that not many people take to heart. It's not an automatic you must be married thing. You made an unnecessary scene and damaged your relationship with your girlfriend and her family. You ruined a possibly cute moment for no reason. Jokes are supposed to be funny, so explain the joke. Seriously, explain how ruining a moment at a wedding is so damn funny. OP responded,
Oh,
I didn't intend to ruin the moment, nor did I know that I would, but the joke was meant to be that I didn't want to get married in this economy. Traditionally I'm not sure what culture it stems from actually, but traditionally the person to catch the bouquet is the next person to get married. 3,000 downvotes. Yeah, we know that.
okay.
He's like, but guys, the economy.
Yeah.
Guys, he
Hear
turns
me
around,
out.
he's like, the joke is that I don't want to get married in this economy.
What kind of English class bullshit was that?
What the
If you actually
hell?
look at the joke, if you want to analyze it within the space, it's about the
Yeah.
economy, actually.
It's actually about society.
There's one guy sitting at a table and he's like, that was a well-made joke about the economy.
Yeah.
I get it.
He takes out his
this
quill
guy.
and writes it down on
It's
his
economic critique.
Oh, yes.
Impressive. Someone else said, you're the asshole, clearly. I'm not one of those people who read these kinds of posts and jump to conclusions, but this time I will. She should not have gotten over it. You are very lucky she didn't dump you that very night. She still has a chance to change her mind, and I hope she does. You should sincerely apologize to her mom. You ruined a moment at her daughter's wedding to declare to everyone in the family that you want to make a point of not marrying your girlfriend so badly that you will make a spectacle of yourself. At the very least, I would never allow you at special family events again because you cannot be trusted. You are the kind of asshole who shoves people's faces into their birthday cakes as a joke. Lastly, someone said, you're the asshole, and oh my God, I'm feeling secondhand embarrassment. Absolutely asshole move. And you're bragging about it to strangers on the internet? Cringe.
Cringe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very impressive to get a asshole verdict on Am I the Asshole? Because people either are clearly not in the wrong and they're trying to like sort out like, hey, what's going on? I'm feeling like I'm being gaslit. Or they word it very well and they make it in their favor. For someone to be so delusional that they write it out
Lay it out.
clearly,
Yeah.
but then they go, what'd I do wrong?
Am I asshole? What do you think?
I mean, wow. It's amazing to me that they can write it all out and not see it.
Not see it.
Yeah.
But hey, these verdicts are hilarious when we get them.
Yep.
Well,
Jesus.
that's that.
That's that.
Well,
No
Flowers
update.
on the ground?
I have a feeling we don't
know
need an
the
update because I think we know what happened.
Yeah.
I think this relationship is over or it will be over soon.
Yeah.
It's like one of those movies where they don't need to tell you what happens. You just go, he did die.
Yeah. You know, as a comedian and as someone who's got a lot of social anxiety, for a long time when I was younger, I would try to make like jokes in public. Not anything like this, but I think something I've learned as I've gotten older is just you have those moments where it's like, oh, I could do this joke here. I'm like, I don't need to.
Yeah.
I don't need to prove, like, I don't need to impress people. I don't need to make a joke to like get approval. It's
Exactly.
okay to like, you can just sit and just be part of everything.
Yeah.
And it will be okay. But
Absolutely.
I don't know what his intentions really were here, but anyways, first asshole down. I hate how mean my wife is. Oh.
That's already really sad.
I know. I feel close to my breaking point as I've reached a new low in our relationship. I contracted COVID for the first time. I've spent the last 2 days quarantined in the corner of the house. I'm pretty miserable, and it's made worse by my wife's lack of empathy. She made sure that when she made lunch yesterday for the kids, she didn't make me anything. She has asked how I feel 0 times, offered 0 support, and only made comments in passing about how pissed she'll be if I infect anyone else. I honestly can't fathom how she can hate me so much. At least my daughter asked me how I was feeling.
Uh-oh, how did he get COVID?
The top comment, 7 hours later, from OP's wife.
7 hours?
7 hours later, the OP's wife posts a comment
Let's
on
ride.
this post.
Let's go.
She says, see, this is why you can't believe everything you read on Reddit. This came across my feed randomly, by the way. Did you tell everyone where/how you got COVID?
I knew it.
We have 2 kids. One was a medically fragile preemie and is not yet a year old. On my husband's 3rd work trip in November, I spent the night in the ER with the baby after frantically looking for childcare for the older kid. I say work trip because it was more of a team bonding trip full of fun activities and trips to restaurants. After that traumatic experience, I said no more work travel until the baby was 2. I was told I'm being sent to New York, which led me to believe it was a mandatory work trip having to do with his promotion. He wanted to fly out the day before Mother's Day, and I had to remind him it was Mother's Day. He ended up flying across the country for this trip, Tuesdays to Friday, while I stayed home with the kids. I found out this wasn't a mandatory work trip when he was asking if I wanted a souvenir from the Met in the middle of a work day. He caught COVID in New York. So I was a solo parent from Tuesday to Friday, had half a day of help before dealing with a sick husband, and how I'm solo parenting again while trying to keep myself and the kids, including the ex-preemie, healthy. I made lunch for myself and the kids because I am spread thin and at my own breaking point with how exhausted and run down I am. I didn't get a thank you for staying home alone with the kids for his trip until Sunday after bringing up the lack of acknowledgement multiple times. I am sleeping on the couch so he can have the bed in quarantine in our bedroom. I went to a school fundraiser for our daughter Saturday evening before we knew it was COVID, and I received angry texts because I didn't reply immediately to his request for me to stop and get him Sudafed on my way home, which I did, by the way. We've done couples therapy in the past, nothing changes. I was stupid and didn't protect myself financially before becoming a stay-at-home mom and becoming entirely dependent on my husband. I have PTSD from my pregnancy, IVF, hospitalization followed by a premature labor, nearly 3-month NICU stay. This time last year when I had to be hospitalized, our oldest got COVID and we were not allowed to visit the baby for the first 2 weeks of her life. So yeah, COVID is a big deal to me and I'm doing everything I can to keep myself and the kids safe. But I mean, so I guess none of that matters. 5,700 upvotes.
Crazy that she found it.
That happens a lot on Reddit because you don't know who's a Redditor. You don't always know. And it's like, they must just both be on Reddit and she came across it. So in another comment, the wife said, yes, he's aware of my comment and he's like ignoring me now out of shame. This is so sad.
It's so sad.
I mean, it is so sad.
So childish.
So childish. It's just so sad to me how many relationships are out there where I'm like, oh, you guys hate each other.
Oh,
like,
and then you bring kids into it.
And so it's like she's basically saying like I'm stuck with this guy.
Yeah.
Oh.
So sad. And he is not equipped to handle anything.
They're just on both opposite ends of the house scrolling through Reddit.
It's also this system that is hard for couples to fall into where it's like one provides financially and one runs the home. And that's a hard thing to navigate.
Yeah.
Because she can't make money and she's doing all the things to take care of him and he's so inept at taking care of himself, he can't make his own lunch.
Right.
But he's like, he in his head, in my version of him, he's like, oh, I deserve this trip because I'm making all the money for the home. She just runs the home. No, bitch, she just runs the home. She does everything.
Yeah.
She is raising children. She had the children, physically pushed them out of her body, and it's tolling on her, and she's still running your home? No, you don't get to go on trip.
No, this guy unfortunately is not equipped to be a dad.
No, not at all.
I can't get over midday. Honey, what do you want from the Met? That's so insane.
When you're supposed to be on a work trip, like
she's like,
he's just the Met. I want.
He's a big stupid idiot.
He's a big.
Like, I'm drunk as hell in this museum with my guys from the office.
I'm working really hard.
He sounds like a finance bro.
Yeah. Oof.
The comments, the tea is piping hot today.
Yeah.
Someone else said, assuming this is real, I'm sorry you're dealing with this. I read the post and was like, a sick man saying his partner is being mean and not feeding him. Something is weird here. Wife responded, oh, it's very real. He probably didn't expect his little throwaway post to pop up in my feed. His mistake was using the same phrases he used with me this morning. That I have no empathy, said after I told him to put his mask back on and close the bedroom door as I'm wrangling the 2 kids out the door to school.
Yes.
And then someone else said, this is some Hall of Fame Reddit shit right here. Wife said, the cherry on top was that he complained to our therapist in 2016 about me venting in a parenting sub because I was bashing him to other people, and even anonymously, that was not okay.
They found each other on Reddit before.
My, how the turntables. Of course, they're Office fans. I just am like, they watch The Office.
Yeah.
That's crazy that they've run to Reddit and caught each other before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's when you know you're not communicating.
I think this
Yeah.
guy, he was refusing to put a mask on, but something tells me he's always wearing a fedora.
Ew.
He's just in a room sick with a fedora on, just like, oh, I need a sandwich.
Yeah.
Wife, make me a sandwich.
I know you're at the school assembly, but where the f*** is my Sudafed?
Do you want something from the Met?
Yeah.
God, dude.
That blows.
I also hate that he lied. He said they established no more work trips. He lied, said it was a work trip, went on another trip.
Yep.
Bro.
And you have a like a baby that is like a preemie baby. You've gone through 3 months of intensive care.
Yeah.
Like that. You guys have been through some hell in these past year, and then you're just like, I'm gonna go have some fun. Like, dude.
And also, it's just so traumatic when someone goes through something like that with the preemie situation.
Yeah, man.
Of course you want him to wear his mask around the house.
Yeah, dude.
It's so scary.
Well, the COVID already before,
Yes.
and so it's like, bro. And if you have even without the preemie element, like a newborn baby of a year or less, it's like, yeah, you got to be really careful. You got to be super careful. Even remove all the preemie, like remove all the extreme situations that they've dealt with. Like you have a newborn baby in the house, like you have a year-old baby. Like that's a lot of responsibility. This guy should not be a dad.
God,
Like,
that sucks. Because now, even if she wants to leave, she clearly wants to leave.
Oh, she clearly hates him.
And the way that they've established the roles in the family, she takes care of the kids, he takes care of the money. So if she wants to leave, she's probably gonna have to you can do the equal split thing, but she's gonna have to, she probably wants to take care of these kids, and it's still it's half of his responsibility.
Yeah.
And how is she supposed to?
It sucks.
God damn, that sucks.
and what sucks is this happens to a
That's
lot
what I'm
of
thinking.
moms.
I'm like,
Yeah, well, the problem is she's taking care of 3 kids because he's a big baby too. And I mean that like sincerely.
No, 100%.
Like sincere.
100%.
Because I think and I don't know how things operated truly, but like I think a lot of dudes our age, they have this idea of like, oh, the stay-at-home mom and like the traditional household. I'm like, but it's probably not reflective of what it really used to be like. It's this new bastardized, misogynistic,
Version.
Yes.
but like it's this new weird fucked up version. And in this new world where things are so much more complicated in a lot of ways, it doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
Yeah.
Things are really fucking weird, especially right now, like with COVID and like there's so many added elements to the world now that you can't just be like, yeah, you take care of the kids and it's fine. Like taking care of kids nowadays, so much harder than it was. And being a stay-at-home mom back in the 50s usually also meant like you had a bunch of other support systems around you.
Yeah.
And these people probably don't.
All she has is Reddit.
And
the income gap, like it's so much harder to support now. You like need 2 jobs.
Yeah.
You need both people in the house to be making money.
It sucks when people are selfish, but then it really sucks when they become adults and they're still super selfish, and then they have kids and they have jobs and they're still selfish.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. No, it's wild.
And then a pandemic happens and you're still selfish.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no. When selfish people, unfortunately, when things get really bad, that's when their selfishness gets worse.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's truly, I feel so bad for her.
I do too.
I am seriously contemplating divorcing my husband over a prank.
He threw the baby through a window.
Oh no. At least he didn't throw a window through a baby.
Oh no.
No. I'm sorry it's a long vent, but I honestly feel so much rage. My husband and I are both 32 years old with a 6-week-old baby. We have been together for 7 years. Pranking each other has been something we do, especially early in our relationship as a bit of fun. He has been known to take them too far at times, and I don't know what to think. Since I've been home with the baby, he has continued playing pranks and my tolerance is very low. Between sleepless nights and all the hormones, I find myself absolutely raging at him for these pranks. He tells me I'm being too serious, I'm no fun, and I am, and I quote, a chronic overreactor, whatever that is.
Sorry, that just came out.
3 pranks in particular have angered me to the point of tears, raging out, and now I am contemplating divorce. Prank 1 was making coffees for our guests with my breast milk.
Oh my God!
I love looking out of the room. Marcus is on the far other corner at a table, and I look up and he's just like this. He just.
Ian just enters from office like, whoa, you can do that?
Ian's like, not the asshole. Whoa.
Whoa!
Dude, that's a gift if I've ever
Incredible
seen it.
person.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Prank 1 was making coffees for our guests with my breast milk. I am having trouble pumping, so I don't have much stored away. I was so angry and embarrassed. I'm sorry, we need to, I hope she covers more of that, because that's, several people were not consenting to that prank. Prank 2 was pretending to have cut his fingers off in the garden. He dragged it out for ages and splattered fake blood around, not just a quick little joke. And lastly, prank 3, which happened today and I feel is my final straw. Last night I was hinting about breakfast in bed, so this morning he brought me coffee, toast, and some chocolates. What I assumed was peanut butter on my toast was in fact our baby's poop. And as I have severe sinus issues, I didn't realize and took a small bite and I spat it out straight away. He laughed hysterically and I told him to get out. He later messaged me and said all his workmates thought it was hilarious, which is just embarrassing on top of it all. I am just so angry, hurt, and sad, but also I don't feel like myself yet after having my baby, so I don't know. Am I overreacting? Would you consider these pranks way too far? They aren't the only ones, the ones that have caused massive fights. He also has set off alarms while I'm sleeping when I'm sleep deprived as it is, etc. This fits so into the meme that I say where it's like women posting about their partners being like, am I overreacting? He lit our house on fire while I was inside.
That's crazy!
This is literally like,
Oh my God!
I don't even know what to say.
I'm still, okay, look, it somehow got worse, but I want to know, he used her breast milk and gave her breast milk to
Other people.
guests.
How is this not the first Reddit story that you've had on this show that was about feeding someone else your breast milk? Why do people do that? You can't do that. You can't.
No, that's unbelievable. All of that is unbelievable.
And she didn't have a lot of breast milk either. She said that she was running low.
I am having a hard time pumping. I'm also sleep deprived, and he's waking me up. It's like,
Who is this guy? What is he doing?
Okay, I think the lesson here is don't have a baby with Mr. Bean.
Hey, Rowan Atkinson is a treasure.
No, even Mr. Bean would be like, whoa. What are you doing? This is sadistic. I'm like, what I'm also fascinated by is like, I obviously don't have a kid. I don't, but I've only heard stories. They have a 6-week-old baby, and this guy has the energy to be doing this crazy shit.
Well, he's not helping out.
No, he's not doing shit.
Yeah.
But I'm like, the f***?
Why are you pranking a new mom? Like, there's a lot to do.
This is the last person in the world, like,
yes.
I'd prank.
A prank would be, actually, that's not our kid's shit. It is peanut butter, but I told you it was shit. And it's like, oh,
Even
maybe, you know what I mean? But it's I know, but it's just like, it's actual shit. That's crazy.
You poisoned your wife. She's sleep deprived. Like this is a prison where you're being tortured. Yes.
Oh.
And I'm assuming the baby isn't like, hey, you've had some rough nights, and I know he's been waking you up. I'm gonna go.
I'm gonna chill out.
Yeah. No. Alarm and baby screams.
Squirm. Yeah.
The comments here are as we'd expect. These aren't pranks. These are abuse and giving your guests breast milk? What on earth made him think they'd be okay with it? And shit on toast? What the actual f***? That is not okay, ever. I'd be divorcing him if I were you. That is beyond messed up. And then telling his coworkers? God, if I had a coworker say they did that to their wife, I'd be absolutely disgusted and horrified for their wife. Someone else said, no, you are not overreacting. That is psychological abuse. Get yourself and your child out of that situation. Your husband fed you shit, then laughed at you. That is not the story you want for yourself. Someone else said, what the f***? is this real? This can't be real. No grown-ass 32-year-old man would think that's funny and appropriate. Why are you with him? Jesus, that's not a prank, that's assault. Tricking someone into eating something, especially human secretions and waste, is a felony. OP said, I am in Australia, so I will look into the law here, but I doubt anything will be done in a legal sense.
There's no overreacting. It's reacting. She is reacting to this stuff. And if
Right.
someone's saying constantly that you are overreacting, something's not being addressed.
No, I almost think she's underreacting.
The fact that she's not 50 miles away in a car, like, calling for help, like...
The fact that she was able to write, like, yeah, he gave our guests my breast milk, and then, like, moved on to other parts of the
things.
story, I'm
Right.
like, what? Update.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I had a very brief chat with him. He came home, I was in the master bedroom with the baby and told him to go away, so he sat in the living room, ordered himself KFC delivery, and gamed. I went down and flatly said, on what planet was what you did this morning appropriate? He straight out said, you should have seen the look on your face, and began hysterically laughing again. I kept my cool and said he wasn't welcome in the bedroom tonight. I am going to go to my sister's for a stay. I don't know any further plans at this time. It has been a long 6 weeks, and if anything, for the next week, I want to catch up on some sleep and be able to enjoy my baby. Update number 2.
Please be safe.
My husband is now giving me the silent treatment and acting annoyed at me, which I've come to realize is what he does if things don't go his way. He will sulk about things until I give in. I've had a lot of time to read replies, and I really look back on a lot of things and realize that he uses pranks and jokes as a way to be horrible to people and gain attention. His parents think it's funny and that he is a hilarious goofball, when in reality he isn't. I look back and so many pranks have been so awful and mean. Even in 2018, he gave a friend a marijuana gummy before a flight from San Francisco to Australia, and his friend had a panic attack in the bathroom on the plane, and he still laughs about it and thinks it is one of his greatest tricks. He has accidentally let my pet Budgie out that I had prior to when we met, but now I look back and it was most certainly on purpose, as he doesn't like animals and always said birds were dirty animals. What I've really noticed looking back is not just the pranks, but he has zero care if someone is worried or upset about a prank. It in fact eggs him on more and more, and he goes to great lengths to trick people into a state of upset, then will laugh and brag about it, which just leads me to think he has no empathy for another human being. Ultimately, I have lost trust in him. Even if he says no pranks again, I will not believe him, as he has said that before, then planned on elaborate month-long prank. I don't want him pranking my baby. He constantly tags me in pranks on Facebook involving kids, and he will 100% do it, as some I've said are not cool, and he said it's character building. He has no respect in reality, and even the stupid things he does, like leaving his own poop in the toilet for me to find, or waking the baby, or wetting the car seat before I hop in, are just blatant displays of disrespect. My sister is on her way to pick me up, and I'm going to have a week away and most likely get legal advice regarding separation.
Period.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, the like emotional manipulation there is insane. Like, I feel like this term is overused. Maybe it's not the right term, but I'm like, this might be a psychopath. Like, he's constantly poisoning people. Shit, breast milk, weed gummies, none of these things are consented to. He's laughing about it and then manipulating their emotions afterwards. That kid is not safe. And I pray that, like, she has full custody.
Yeah.
Well, it's certainly a trait, because he like the severe lack of empathy that he finds, people's negative emotions funny. That I'm like, you don't, when someone's in a state of distress, especially your wife who has a 6-year-old baby, you'd feel zero care.
Right.
Zero, and feel zero remorse. You're immediately just upset and like, fine. They'll like nonchalant, let's just be like, well, I'm gonna order KFC and game then, if you're upset. It's like, so.
You don't care at all?
No, it seems true. It seems like the pranks are as we were saying earlier, it's like, this is sadistic. Like, these are a guise for him to kind of like have fun with people and like get his enjoyment out of hurting people.
Yeah.
Scary stuff.
Very scary.
No, I mean, because, I'm not a psychologist, I'm not an expert, but, we think of psychopaths as like killing people and stuff. And it's like, what I think it often comes out as, like, those types of traits are like, probably more like this, more day to day. But I'm not an expert on that. I mean, look, there's no diagnosis that's necessary. This guy's awful.
Right. He's been diagnosed as awful.
I I can kind of relate to this in a way because I think people will be able to guess it. I worked with an actor who on set was like, it was often in the guise of like, oh, I'm being silly, I'm being goofing, I'm like saying jokes and stuff. But it's like, or are you kind of abusing the crew and abusing your castmates and like making shit so hard for others and you think it's funny, but it's really a power trip.
Yeah.
And it's really just a way of kind of like putting people down.
Right.
Yeah, this is crazy. That might be true. Like we've read a lot of really scary people. He could be the worst guy.
He sounds like the scariest person.
It's terrifying, yeah.
No, truly awful.
Like he's like, oh, he's waking the baby as like one of his pranks. I'm like, you have no instinct for this creature that you need to take care of.
Waking
Right.
a 6-year-old baby, like I said, I don't have a baby, but that seems crazy and awful to
Yeah.
me. I'm glad she's getting out of there. She's getting her baby out of that situation. I hope there's legal recourse against him because
Right.
a lot of that stuff feels like there is.
Right.
She listed several to me,
Crimes.
I hope are crimes.
Yeah.
And then was like, oh, and he also did all these other things. Like some of those are also, I'm pretty sure, crimes.
My hope is also that like the sister was just being overly polite before. The second she's like, do you think Dave is actually kind of bad? She goes like, oh my God, thank you. Yes, Dave sucks. Everyone hates him.
Yeah.
And like, I'm hoping the family is there to just be like, oh, yes,
To
get out of
embrace
here.
and support. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Good for her getting out of that.
This is a 36-year-old woman. My husband, who's 41, got fired for harassing a coworker and won't talk to me about it. My husband, Charlie, and I have been together for 10 years, married for 6. We've had our ups and downs, but we are currently in an up. He has never done anything like this in the past, so it came out of left field for me, and I'm very much shocked and at a loss here. Charlie is a computer programmer and was a senior engineer at his former company, where he had worked for 4 years. He'd never had any trouble with coworkers, and were both friendly with a few of them, mostly other men and their wives. On Friday of last week, he came home around 11 a.m. and told me he'd been fired. He was really upset and agitated, and I didn't want to push him about it. But he told me that they'd said he was harassing a coworker and was fired. The information I've been able to get out of him. The coworker is Beth, a junior engineer he's never mentioned to me before. He said she's terrible at her job. Beth slept with a senior engineer we are both friendly with, Darren. Darren wasn't involved in the harassment, wasn't fired, etc. The company's lawyers were there, and among the things they told him was that Beth could have pressed charges, but chose not to. Lastly, something happened with her car, but he won't say what. His exact words were, there was something with her car. He was escorted off of the premises and is not allowed back in the building to get his belongings, and instead has to arrange with security to pick them up after business hours. As far as anything else goes, he won't give me any details. He isn't interested in seeing a lawyer because he says everything is legal. He has basically admitted to sending Beth some emails, but won't say what they said or anything like that. I don't know if Beth sleeping with Darren had to do with it, but the fact that he gave me that detail makes me think it does. I'm not sure how it relates. Darren is a very nice single man who is in his late 20s and approximately the same age as Beth. My mind is running wild here. Charlie has been depressed and withdrawn all weekend. Won't talk to me about it and won't talk much in general. I work remotely, so I was home all day with him, and he played video games all day and then went to bed at 6 p.m. The fact that he won't tell me anything and isn't interested in seeing a lawyer makes me think that it's bad, and makes me worry that everything is true and not just a misunderstanding or a small thing blown out of proportion. He has never been flirtatious with other women or cruel to them, and he's never said anything bad about other women engineers he works with. I don't know what to do here. My instinct is to be supportive of my husband, but I don't know what kind of behavior I'd be supporting. I don't want to run to his coworkers we know and ask them, since they're more our friends than my friends, and while we spend time together at get-togethers or bars, I'm not close with them. In an immediate sense, I don't know what to do about helping someone who is so depressed and won't talk to me. Okay, someone gets fired for harassment and they're not talking to you about it. That can only be horrible.
The husband's name is Charlie. Darren is...
Darren is
guy
the coworker.
Beth slept with.
Yeah, so Beth,
Yeah.
But Darren still works there. Darren didn't get fired.
No.
Darren is fine.
30 and single.
It's apparently Charlie harassed Beth so badly that he had to be escorted out of the building
Yeah.
and isn't allowed back in the building until after hours.
Very bad.
Very bad.
But he's not he said it's not a crime what he did.
He's not asking for a lawyer. He's not getting a lawyer because he said everything is legal.
So it makes me think he wrote some disgusting, awful emails just making her feel awful.
Well, apparently she's not pressing charges, even though they say she could have.
This get crazy.
Okay.
What if he saw Beth and Dylan f***ing in the car?
Dylan?
They were f***ing Beth and Dylan.
Darren,
What if,
you're
What
saying
if you saw
okay,
Beth and Dylan?
what if they were
fucking
f***ing in the car? He took pictures and he sent it to her.
And been like, I know.
Because but that would still be against the law. That's why I'm like, him saying he can't go to jail makes me think it was just free speech.
Well, all of this, she could press charges, but maybe she's not pressing charges, but it's enough. It is harassment for him to get fired and to be taken seriously and not allowed back.
Well, it
there.
has to be like
Something to do with her
really bad
car.
where
Something
he
to do
can't
with her
go in
car
there.
and emails.
Something to do with her car.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Right.
Yeah, there's something to do with her cars, and he said that he sent her some emails.
I wonder if
But he can't get in without security. Like, what
He's
did
not
he
allowed
do?
in until after hours with security.
I mean, I believe he could have sent a very, very emotionally abusive email or emails, and Beth was like, "I don't want to be in the same room as him. He threatened me."
But there's
then-
something to do with her car.
The car thing that's why I was
She
like,
parked in his spot?
I think your idea of him taking photos of them or something is a possibility.
Right.
and he used it against her because he didn't like her.
But either way, clearly what he did was against the law. She's just not pressing charges, fortunately.
But he's not
that also,
worried.
or fortunately for him, she's not pressing charges, which could also mean he is viewed as such a threat that she's
doesn't
not
wanna
pressing
get near
charges
him?
as a means of that could almost be a worse sign.
But him not lawyering up makes me think he just used his words and he's like, I'm allowed to say whatever I want.
That could be just a full egomaniac move of I don't need a lawyer.
I-
He's in denial so hard.
I think the wife is right in being like, what do I do here? But I think maybe giving him space for a day, sure. But it's also like I think she needs to press him a little bit. Like, what's
I was
going
going to say
on?
the same thing. I'd be like, I think
Yeah.
I'd put my foot down a little bit.
Yeah, I would give him like a day or two to sulk and be like, but then I'd be like, no, what's going on?
Well, because this affects her.
Her, yeah.
Like if he did some really messed up stuff, this is going to affect her possibly on legal levels. It's going to
Financially,
it's affecting
like
them
all of it.
financially, and it could absolutely affect how people view you, your network, everything.
Yeah.
If he's this type of person, he's clearly not caring about his wife. He's showing he doesn't care about her in this moment. But also, I can't imagine what it's like to be with someone for 10 years. Think you know them so well. Be like, he's a great guy. We've had our ups and downs, but we're in an up right now. And then all of a sudden, you just get a full-on character reveal. We have a bunch of comments here. I would tell him you have to assume the worst if he won't be honest with you. I've got to say he must have done bad shit to be escorted off the premises with no warning like that. Either he was hating on her and went over the top, or he tried to fuck her and went over the top, or he tried to fuck her and then hated on her. Someone said, I've worked at larger companies, and when they fire people, sometimes they are walked right out of the building.
Yeah.
The reasoning is they don't want the fired person to make a scene and rock the boat.
100%.
It's heartless in my opinion, but it does happen. Something tells me OP's husband did something terrible because lawyers were there, and apparently the girl could have pressed charges. That is very unusual. My guess is OP's husband got jealous that Darren was sleeping with Beth and not him, as he had a crush on Beth for a while, and he flipped out and went all nice guy on her. He mentioned there are emails, so there is evidence in writing as well. This does not bode well for OP. Lastly, someone said, seeing as it got so far that he's been fired and he doesn't want to fight it, it sounds like the allegations are probably true. The fact that he brings up Darren makes it seem like he's harassed her as a result of sexual jealousy. Does he usually shut down conversation on things? Does he usually keep things from you? I'd be very cautious about what he's hiding and what it means for you and your relationship. Even if it's not sexual and it's just plain old harassment. Do you want to be with a grown man who harasses young women to the point he gets fired? I think if you are married to someone where your finances are tied up and someone gets fired and they won't tell the other person why they got fired, that's a fucking...
They're f***ing.
That's just even if there's not sexual harassment or anything of
it's
this
still
severity,
wrong, yeah.
even if it's like I got fired, it's like why'd you get fired? It's like some bullshit. It's like, hey man, like you getting fired f***s us both, so you
Let's
need to
talk
tell
about
me
Correct.
what you're doing so
Correct.
that we can both be aware.
I also feel like this OP opened up all those comments. If that was me, I'd be like, damn, this is hard to read. Those comments are like, he either wanted to fuck her or whatever. This sucks.
I think
this
OP
is hard.
already knows this is bad.
She must.
Like writing out all that information, this is bad.
I also feel like we have started to like when you hear like can't come back in during the office hours and has to come in overnight.
Yeah.
I think your brain thinks it's like dramatic, but someone could be so rude to someone and hurt someone's feelings, and then the boss could just be like, I'm gonna take care of you and not bring you
You're
both
right.
in the same room.
You're right.
Like he could have just, like, I'm not in defense of this guy.
You're gonna try to find every reason why it's not the worst case scenario in this situation,
Yeah.
especially when it's like, but I've known him for 10 years and I have no indication of this in my experience.
Our brain just goes wild when you hear like, has been escorted off the premises.
Yeah.
It's so horrible how this does happen a lot, and like a lot of people really hide their true selves from their partner. And it's so sad.
For years and years and years.
Update.
Let's go.
Yeah! I knew it.
I was waiting for it.
Beth.
My thread was locked before I was able to respond to any of the comments, but I was able to read them this morning. I got up at 5:30 to go to the gym before work, and my husband was still awake playing video games. I presented him with the very good idea someone suggested of sending me an email with the details, but that it wasn't acceptable to shut me out of this situation since it affects me too. His response was basically, the paperwork is in my car, go get it if you want to read it.
Oh, bastard.
I asked him to go get it so we could look at it together, and he said, you're going to believe what you want anyways. All of this is unusual for our marriage because I'm a pretty patient person, I think. We went out to the car together and he got in his car, handed me the papers, and left. For about 2 hours, I was panicked because I didn't know where he went, if he was okay, if he was thinking of hurting himself, but his mother texted me at 9 saying he was over there, asking me what happened, if everything is okay, etc. His parents live about 15 minutes away, and I guess he told her he's going to be staying there.
What is
And
going
what did
on?
the paper say?
What did the paper say?
So the paperwork. According to the paperwork, he sent her multiple harassing emails from anonymous email accounts. The emails are printed out and attached. He apparently did this while at work, and they have been monitoring his user account for 3 months. The emails aren't sexual or romantic in nature and are all anonymous and about how she sucks at her job, wouldn't be there if she wasn't a woman, how she should quit before she gets fired, and how everyone in the office hates her. He made fake user accounts for his company's product that she works on and submitted bad reviews of her work. He also did this while logged in at work. He sent an anonymous email to her boss saying that she was sleeping with a senior engineer on another project. He put a gun catalog on the windshield of her car. I don't know what this gesture means, but I obviously understand that it was meant to be threatening. Unfortunately, inside was a subscription card that the company autofilled with his name and address. She also says she has been harassed for the same length of time, about 3 months, on Twitter. He only logged into one Twitter account that harassed her at work, so they can only say one was him, all telling her to quit her job. So I don't know what to do now. This is all terrifying to me, and I feel so bad for this woman. I have no idea what this is all about. He works with other women engineers, and he has worked with male engineers who don't pull their weight, and he's never done anything like this. I would have bet $1 million that he'd never do anything like this. He's at his parents right now, and I don't know what my next move here could possibly be. This is so scary and out of left field to me.
Dude, did she reject him? Like, why is he going so hard?
Unfortunately, man, some dudes hate women.
You're telling me?
No way!
Shane, that is brilliant. Write that down.
Thanks, Shane.
Write it down.
I'm saying that
No, you're right.
He doesn't need a reason. Like he might just
Asshole.
Dude, could you imagine?
he might have just came up with a reason why he hates her, and she
Thinking-
never did anything wrong to him.
being like, oh, this is my husband, and reading all that?
What a fucking loser. He
Yeah.
puts that fucking gun catalog and doesn't even take out his fucking address in the middle of it.
Yeah.
You fucking idiot. Loser, stupid boy.
Love that.
There was another story that I've read that we haven't read on the show where a woman finds out that her husband has a Reddit account where he goes and he just hates on women. Like just finds posts, the women posting things, and he just hates on them, hates on their looks, is just disparaging women all over the web. And he logs off and then he goes back to just being, but he just...
It is harder to treat people It's harder to hate people than treat them equally.
Yeah.
I swear to God.
Yeah.
Like, just treat people equally. And if your male coworkers are also bad, just treat her like that.
Yeah, and also, like, if you have a real issue with her, go to management. Talk to them about it. Do you really have to, like, harass her until she quits?
Get a gun magazine and put it on her windshield wiper.
Yeah, exactly.
This is
just like that.
extreme. This is
This symbolism. I'll show a picture of a gun.
You look like a cartoon character.
I don't know. This set me off. I'm so
And
sorry.
I kind of love it. I kind of love
This
it
set
because
me
to
off.
put a gun on someone's car, a gun magazine, that is
He's scary, and he's also an idiot because inside was a subscription card that the company autofilled with his name and address.
That's what I'm
So
saying is like, what a loser.
This.
I want to know
is-
why. I just
I
want to
came
know
too
why.
hard for him, but
No, you didn't come too hard for him.
Are you kidding me?
I just feel so bad for her. Could you imagine you're just bad at your job?
What if she's not?
I don't-
but also,
She's probably having a great time with Daryl, Danny,
Dylan,
Darren.
all the days. She's allowed to do whatever
She's
she
doing
wants.
anything with the D's with the D, and she's having a great time. And he's probably like, I hate her because no.
There could be any number of reasons. I
probably
mean,
great.
And I
at her
love him
job.
giving his wife the papers going, you're going to believe what you want to believe.
yeah,
Like, those are you, my guy.
That's because he hates women.
yeah.
You said it.
I mean, look.
Quote that.
I've been on YouTube for 10 years. Like, it's astounding what little a woman has to do to make swaths of men just fucking hate
So
them.
true.
You're
This
the
is from
shit,
afar, but yeah.
You're the
yeah.
It's also just real. I mean, we all see it, right?
No, it's like-
and I mean, everybody at home watching or listening to this is like, oh yeah, you pull up the internet and you see an example of it every day. And I mean, hate goes around all over the place. I'm not
100%.
saying that
Right.
only men are doing this. I'm just saying like there are so many men out there who are waiting for the excuse. Like they have
Yeah.
so much pent up hatred
Yeah.
This goes
for
for
whatever
just-
reason that they just once they find a target and they're like, this is my outlet.
They
Yeah,
go.
I mean
they
that's
go
what
for
that was
them.
my argument, being like it's more work to make others less than than just treat her just as you would your male coworkers. You're going out of your way.
It makes me think of so many stories when people are just letting their hatred get the better of them. I'm like, look at all this time you're spending on
Yeah.
this. I'm like, bro, get a hobby.
Meanwhile,
Knit-
Beth is fucking Dylan having the time of her fucking
Beth
life.
and fucking Dylan Darren having a great time. And guess what? She did not fucking falter, bitch. She was like, yeah, I don't like this behavior. I'm gonna get you fired and escorted out of here.
I guess I'm just like, damn, dude. Like,
Dylan, Darren.
It's so much work. Look at all the
It's
ways
so
you're
much
like
work.
messing up your life, and it would just be so much easier to treat people equally. Just go home.
It reminds me of when I will find an account, I will see like a hateful comment somewhere on the internet. And I'll go down the rabbit hole of looking at this account. And it's kind of cathartic for me because I'm like, okay, who's this person who just left a piece of shit comment somewhere?
Yeah.
And I go and I'm like, oh, you just leave hateful comments all day.
Yeah.
Like you're just going around finding things to hate on. I'm like, damn, man, like you could live life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like read a book.
You could clean your
No.
house with that energy.
You could lie under a
Truly.
bed and sleep.
You could wash your sheets.
You could saturate with someone.
You could get green.
This is insane. Is there an update?
There's no more updates.
Here's the deal. I bet he went to his mom's house and the mom was like, what happened to you, my son? You know?
Yeah.
It's really sad.
And then he sucked his thumb and went to bed.
And he went to bed in his
Played some
little
video
blankie.
games. A cake eater discovers that his wife has also been eating cake. You're gonna find out what that means in a second. So there's a subreddit called R Cake Eater, and it is a sub for cake eaters. Not chocolate cake or cheesecake or any regular sort of cake, but people who want to have their cake and eat it too, who are in a happy marriage and not planning on leaving, but still have an affair just because.
Copy.
Yeah. So here's the first post. Calm before the storm. Tried posting a few days ago, but could not find post. Must be lost in cyberspace. Don't even know if this is the right forum at the moment. In gist, affair partner got served divorce papers out of nowhere 2 days ago at work. Her husband knows of us, me. It's only a matter of time before my wife finds out. Don't know if I have days or hours before the world as I know it is gone. Took some time off work to spend time with my wife and 2 daughters. My body is in turmoil, but strangely my mind is clear. It reminds me of the days leading up to my dad passing away. Time has slowed down and I am aware of all the things surrounding me. It's a nice feeling. My day-to-day was filled with observation of details and appreciation. My wife's smell and the clothes she wore, my daughter's laughter, the color of the kitchen tiles, the dog, the yard. Feel blessed to have a healthy and beautiful family. What will my daughters think of me? I look at my wife that I love with all my heart, and I see a woman who stood by me no matter what. We had our fair share of ups and downs like most couples, but I never imagined a life without her. How do I justify a 6-year affair? Is that even forgivable? I don't know what the future holds. All I know is that the storm is coming, and I am here basking in the sun until the clouds come rolling in. I plan to confess over the weekend. Even if I know the outcome, I pray she does not leave me. This was so fucking not worth it. Any suggestions on how to confess? How do you start? What do I tell my daughters? I have already made an appointment with a therapist. What else can I do? Wish me luck. Edit. Thank you all for your comments and suggestions. Some of them were hard to read. I don't have time to address all comments, but will reply a few to clear some things. Yesterday, I reached out to my brother for advice. He left his wife some years ago and married his affair partner. He seemed happy with her. The grass is not greener for him after all, and he is planning on leaving her, but it is stuck at the moment. His advice is not to tell my wife and to minimize it if confronted. He also said I should let down affair partner gently so she does not go nuclear on my wife and family. I am hoping for the best but preparing for the worst. In the comments, people doubt that OP really loved his wife. He did cheat on her for 6 years in all. He responds, I am not confused. I never was. I don't have a problem separating love from sex. My heart is loyal to my woman, and she is for me. So many responses about how I don't value my affair partner. Since I'm on a pour my heart out roll here, let me tell you about my affair partner. She is a gorgeous and smart woman who is funny and open to different experiences. She is younger than myself and my wife, fit, seductive, sexy as f***, but she is not my wife and does not even compare. 6 years on and off is a long time to invest. As I see it, she is an adult woman who made decisions to cheat with a married man on her husband for whatever reasons. Do I care for her? Yes. 6 years is a long time. Do I love her? No. Did I say to her I loved her? Yes, of course. I did, but I lied just as I lied to my wife. Did I use her? Yes, I did. Did she use me? Of course she fucking did. We both knew we were playing with fire. The reason I strayed has nothing to do with my wife. We have a good sex life in general, but I do have some kinks that she is not into at all. My affair partner was into the same kinks. That's how we met, and that is why the affair was ongoing for 6 years. What led me to starting the affair was my wife being in an accident that took a toll on her body. Sex was off the table for over a year. I gave in to temptation, and when I discovered the affair partner shared my kink, I was hooked. So all you people saying that my wife was withholding sex and intimacy, no. My wife and I are very intimate. Having sex with my wife is making love. Sex with a affair partner is just sex. My wife meets 90% of all my needs. My affair partner meets 10%. So he gets advice on whether or not to tell his wife. Most commenters tell him to come clean, but a few don't, including his brother in real life. So this guy's a real piece of shit. On like Am I the Asshole posts, you have people like, they don't, like they maybe know they're doing something wrong, but they kind of in their head they've twisted it. This guy is blatantly saying like, I've had an affair for 6 years. I don't think it's wrong.
Well, this is like years of
6
acceptance with
years, and he's like, okay, like, you know, I guess I have to tell my wife. It sucks that I have to tell my wife. It's like, dude, what the fuck?
I mean, if you do something wrong over and over and over again, it's not wrong anymore. You're just doing it, right?
I guess that like he
it doesn't feel wrong.
This
is what
has
I should
become
say.
normal life for him.
Yeah, like someone who's constantly late. They don't feel like they're late when they're always late. You know what I mean? Like
He's so desensitized.
Yeah.
I think there's okay, don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure that there is a psychological study to doing bad acts makes you like desensitized to doing bad acts, like, and it will make you feel less bad about doing that. Like it's kind of a retroactive thing of like doing a bad thing can make you worse unless you really actively like.
Here's the other
analyze
thing.
that.
Here's the other thing. I'm reading a book on polyamory, and he wants a polyamorous relationship. And I'm not defending him, but we do not have a lot of research or tools to equip us to even have that conversation.
Sure.
And even sometimes starting the conversation of, can we have an open relationship, rips everything apart. Like even the start of it, because we're not equipped yet to be at a place.
no, yeah, people.
I totally understand that.
The lying is what
the
gets it.
issue is the real issue is the lying.
Yes. Yeah.
Like that's the
100%.
real issue because there are people who are in polyamorous relationships and that is totally fine.
Yeah.
Because there's honesty there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If two people meet and they go, hey, we both want to sleep with other people.
Right.
Totally great. If they're both like, yeah, great.
Right.
Like awesome.
Yeah, he's like explaining the reasons why he's with her sexually, and that's not why we need the
No,
reason. We need
no.
the
Get
reason
it. No.
on why you're not talking to your wife.
No.
Right.
He could be.
Yes. Say that again. We need the-
We don't need the reason why you're sexually attracted to your affair or your partner. We need the reason why you're not telling your wife.
Yeah, because she now for 6 years has been living in a lie and
Yeah.
like not knowing. Like that's what sucks. Important thing to remember: the affair partner is also married. So yeah, to be clear, where this all started is the affair partner got served divorce papers, so she's getting divorced, and so this guy knows that this is about to like blow up into his life and everything.
What did he say? The storm is
The
coming.
calm
So we
before
don't know the
storm.
twist yet. We don't know the twist yet.
We don't know the twist. So we just know that she's getting served divorce papers. And he's like, I need to come clean to my wife before this all tumbles.
And his
into our
brother's
life.
like, don't tell her.
He's like, don't tell her or minimize it. Which I'm like,
No, digging you in a
you.
deeper hole. You have to come full frontal clean, not full
I
frontal.
think,
but
you know what I
need
think
to go
it
full
is?
frontal.
you got to go full frontal.
You know what I think that this is that I really hate? I think this is what it is about the lying, is it's the most disrespectful thing you can do.
Yeah.
And like, there's a quote that I'll just say it. My mom said this forever ago, is that she was like, respect is more powerful than love. And I think that's true. Because I know like people talk about love, like, oh yeah, like love can go all over places, but like respect is such a choice. And he's choosing to disrespect his wife every day.
Yeah.
And like still,
Yeah.
and he's still going, okay, maybe I'll minimize it if she brings it up. He knows it's a big deal.
Right.
Yeah.
And he's like, but I'll minimize her feelings. I'll
Right.
disrespect how
Not
she
even to
feels.
mention the reason why they stopped being sexually active seems like an accident or like seems like a health thing.
Yeah.
That's really fucking sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, like, I don't know. He talks about like this all started with an accident to her that took a toll on her body, and it's like, oh, he acts like it was a tough thing for him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, she also couldn't have sex for over
Yeah.
a year. Like, bro.
He really doesn't want to lose his affair. Like
No, well,
'cause
he's a
it's-
cake eater. He's posting on Cake Eater.
Yeah.
He posted this on, I think this was posted on Our Adultery, but it was reposted on Cake Eater, perhaps. The responses were posted on Cake Eaters. Okay, well, let's find out what happens. Do we want any predictions? I know what happens. I can't.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, you want one guess?
You first.
Okay. I'm hoping that. I'm not even hoping that. I think. I'm like they talked it out. They worked it out.
You think they're gonna work
Him
it
and the
out?
wife. Yeah.
Okay.
The wife was like, I'm showing mercy.
Okay.
And
Or
I'm
he's
believing
like-
in us, and I know you.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh my God, I've never seen this grace.
He's
from
like, I'm
anyone.
with her because we both have the same kink, and it's something so gross to the wife.
Oh, I
so
love
she's
that.
like, you know what? Take your cake and eat it too.
We fart on balloons.
Yeah.
She's like, but you should have asked. You should have asked because I
should've
would have
asked
said
me.
yes.
She goes, I'm pissed, but I won't do rabbit stuff or whatever.
We dress
she's
up as
like, so go.
bunnies.
I
We
love
get
it.
an Easter bunny costume.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Or yeah, yeah.
Here we go. His next post is in the aforementioned Cake Eater sub, and it quickly becomes obvious that he did not come clean. First update. Never saw this coming. Throwaway, posted once before, check it for background. This is the sub I should be on. I was prepared for all scenarios, but not this one. The doomsday did not come in the shape I was expecting. Affair partner ended up convincing her soon-to-be ex not to spill the beans to my wife in exchange for a smooth divorce. I thought I was in the clear. Yesterday, affair partner sent me a blurry photo of my wife in the car with another man. She claimed they walked hand in hand to his car from a store in a nearby town to ours. She got a shot of the plates too. After some digging, I now know she is having an affair. Don't know how long for sure, but at least 6 months. He is a single dad our age and is telling her to leave the marriage. She is telling him she loves him. Afraid to confront her. Feel numb at the moment. Took a day off of work. Any advice? I love her and want to stay married. Edit. Any advice on how to proceed? Should I just let it run its course and monitor? Should I confront and hope for the best? Should I confess to my affair and hope we all can come clean and make way for a new marriage? I am so fucking utterly confused. I have rehearsed the things I would say and do if she wants to find out about my affairs. I was not prepared for this shit. He manages to get a hold of his wife's phone while she's in the sauna and confirms the affair over WhatsApp. Logically, yes, we are both getting our itches scratched. What's the big deal? I am not ruled by logic at this moment. Maybe later, but now my emotions are overpowering every logic. Never in my life have I experienced this type of emotional and physical distress. I can't even think straight. Never thought I was going to bawl my eyes out and throw up on the carpet. I am
off.
I am desperate to talk this out to know why this happened and how invested she really is in this piece of shit. If she is doing this out of revenge, maybe I have a chance, because if so, she does feel something for me at least. I can't imagine her being emotionless, throwing away our over 20 years. I know this woman like I know myself. Deep down she's hurt, but also so very stubborn and proud. I just want to know if she knew about my affair, why the hell did she not confront me? I would have chosen her over affair partner in a nanosecond. And what the hell is she hoping to find with this douche? He is no better than me, sleeping
Shut
with
up.
Get him,
Oh
bro.
my
Get
God.
him, carpet barfer. Get him.
He is no better than me, sleeping with a married woman. Ah, I am trying to respect her wish to have some space, but I am desperate just to talk to her. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about being on the other side. Never had fantasies about my wife fucking other men. We had a good sex life minus my kinks she was not aware of, hence the affair partner. I am thinking, what do I have to lose? There can be only two outcomes. She loves him and she leaves. She loves me and she stays. I am hoping this is just a fling and nothing serious. God.
Wait, she asked for space. Did I miss that?
No, I think he's playing out scenarios.
Oh, okay. Oh my God, there's another update.
This one
Okay.
keeps updating.
Okay, I will tell you exactly how I would do it. I would go to her, and I'd be like, "There are 3 things we need to talk about." Like,
One.
Nope. 3 are it's a 3-step plan.
Oh.
You have to do 3-step plan. In my head, you have to do 3-step plan. Number 1, it's the hardest. It's the hardest part to get away. It's an umbrella. What do we think of having an open marriage? It's kind of hiding that he knows that she's in an open marriage, and it's bearing the hatchet that he's having an open marriage. What do we think about that conversation? That's the first thing we have to talk about, right? And the second thing is, okay, great. I have something to admit to you. I've been having an affair. That's the second thing, right? He's got to admit it. He's got to admit it.
Mm-hmm.
If they're going to move forward, he's got to admit it.
Yes.
And then the third thing, if she doesn't come clean, he's got to be like, and I know you're having an affair.
Okay.
Right?
And let me just say, I think the sickest, weirdest shit of this all is how did his affair boo find a picture
Yeah.
of her in a
She
car?
snapped a photo of her walking with another
What do they live in, like a fucking 5-person town?
No, you can
can
see
I-
somebody at the same grocery store and be like,
Who is she with? Can I point out something though? Like, the issue is I see where you're going with that
Yeah.
plan. It still doesn't make up for the fact that it's like, but also I lied to you for 6
Yeah.
years. And it's like, okay, so if you can lie about this, I can't trust you in any sort of
Right.
sphere. It's like, can I trust you with money? Can I
Right.
trust you with like my safety? Can I
Right.
trust you? Like, that's the issue with lying.
Right.
Is it sets up the precedent of like, like, I now don't know what to think.
he's got no choice.
And
If
there's something
He's got no choice.
something small that he said that I think is fucked up.
That he barfed on the carpet? Yeah.
No, yeah. Never had fantasies about my wife fucking other men. He's only thinking about this as like, she can do this if it turns me on. It's like, but wait, if you want an open marriage, that's not about like
100%.
that. It's
I
about
know,
like
you're
it's
so
an
right.
agreement.
100%.
Like, no, it's like, oh, me sleeping with another woman is for my own satisfaction. I know it would hurt her, but whatever, it's for my own satisfaction. Oh, she can't sleep with other men because
it's not for my
that's not for my satisfaction.
Yeah.
Like,
No,
Right.
when you read that too, I went, what a weird detail
it's
to
such a.
mention.
Why'd you write that?
Why does
like,
this,
yeah.
why does this always go
Right.
back to your fucking kinks, my guy?
Right.
Okay. Any predictions?
There's
Anything.
There's
Okay,
another.
she's not in love with him. Or she knew. Or she knows.
Well, he was kind of saying that. He was like,
Yeah.
this is revenge. So you think it's for revenge?
I think she knew a couple years ago and has since fallen in love, not out of revenge, but just because he's absent. And she's gonna leave his ass.
Let's see.
Okay. Second update. My marriage seems to be over. Confronted my wife this past weekend.
Confronted.
Sat her down without warning and told her I knew she was having an affair and with whom. Asked her if she loved him and what her plan was. She was caught off guard, went to the bathroom for 10 minutes. When she came out, she looked me straight in the eyes and said, I know about your affair too.
Yes.
Yes!
Sorry.
And then she breaks into song.
I know about your affair too. I have known for some time now. I love him and I want a divorce.
Yeah.
Next days were a blur. I tried to talk to her, but she shut me down. She has moved into the spare bedroom and is making appointments with law firms. Has told our 2 girls, I have signed up for emergency therapy. Am on meds for dealing with anxiety and lack of sleep. This is surreal. Heard her talk to him last night and cut the internet cord. Kind of crazy because I need fucking internet for work, and she just switched to her phone. Oh man, so many emotions are running through me. I love that he writes that out. He writes out, oh man, oh man. I made love to her past week, and today she is a total stranger. How does this happen? How can she not feel any fucking emotion? Over 20 years, gone. All the love, friendship, partnership, intimacy, jokes, memories, plans for our future, gone. Just like that, no looking back. Feel so blindsided, and the only person I can talk to is my brother, who lives across the country. Sorry to vent here to you fine people on here. Just need to get this out. He gets his ass handed to him in the comments, more or less. But I wanted to call out this comment. Made love to her last week. How does she not feel any emotion? This is simple. She has learned how to separate love and sex. She has sex with you, but loves her affair partner. You taught her well. Because, that's something he said earlier. There's some comments here. Anyone else notice that at one point he used to justify his affair was that his wife wasn't into his kinks? Then he goes on later to say she wasn't even aware of his kinks. This guy, man.
Yeah.
She doesn't even know he
Yeah,
likes
she's not even
rabbit
aware.
stuff.
Also, that she was in an accident that f***ed up her body and meant she couldn't have sex for a while. Congrats to him on making her feel extra shitty.
Right.
It would be funny if it wasn't so f***ed up. I truly, deeply, and utterly cannot understand how someone is capable of functioning with this level of cognitive dissonance between his actions and his wife's actions. I don't get it. I really don't get it. How does someone cheat for that long and manage to be so angry about their be so angry about their spouse's affair? How do they not see? People are scary. Yeah.
I think this weirdly goes back to what you said about his view of the world. And his view of the world being that, like, his wife is having an affair and it doesn't even turn me on, is like a fucking psychopath.
Narcissist.
Like, he is a narcissist.
All right, so we're not getting to all the stories, but we'll do this again sometime.
Please.
Because there's another, I hadn't read that story. I had read a different story that was very similar of a guy cheating on his wife, and then he finds out his wife's cheating on him, and it also goes crazy in different ways. But same situation where he was cheating, and he was like, yeah, there's nothing wrong with this. And then she cheats, and he's like devastated. My mother-in-law cut my hair in my sleep because she thought I cheated on my husband. So I'm still processing this, but I need to get it off my chest. Last night, I woke up and realized someone had butchered my hair. One side is a jagged pixie cut, and the other side hangs awkwardly past my shoulder. At first, I thought I was losing my mind. Maybe I sleepwalked or something, but no. To be that heavy of a sleeper.
Yeah, that's absurd.
I confronted my husband, Tim, because he's been acting weird lately, but he denied it. Then he drops this bombshell. My mom, she might have done it.
How did she get in?
This is a horror story. Apparently, my mother-in-law, let's call her Diane, is convinced I've been cheating on Tim. Why? Because last week she saw me having lunch with a coworker. For the record, the coworker, Kyle, is gay, and we were literally talking about work. But Diane decided I must have been having an affair, and instead of, talking to me or Tim, she broke into our house in the middle of the night with scissors and went full Edward Scissorhands on my hair.
This is fucking wild.
This morning, I confronted her. At first, she played innocent, but when I pressed her, she literally said, well, maybe now you'll think twice before humiliating my son. I was fuming. I told her Kyle isn't even into women, but she just rolled her eyes and said something like, that's what they all say. I didn't even know how to respond to that level of delusion. Tim is horrified and apologetic, but I'm struggling here. This woman violated my personal space, destroyed my hair, and acted like she was in the right. I wanted to go no contact with her, but Tim is stuck between me and his mom, and I feel like this is going to be a huge blow up in our marriage. Any advice? Because I'm honestly at a loss here. My husband and I will be going to my mother-in-law's tomorrow to talk to her about the situation again. Hopefully everyone will be calmed down by then and I won't have to threaten legal action. Thank you all for the support and suggestions. I will keep them in mind.
Unbelievable.
So brutal.
Whoa, dude.
That is
Oh my God.
unbelievable. See, this is why I sleep with my head sandwiched between 2 pillows. Because I'm always worried about this happening.
To be clear,
Yeah.
this is a assault.
No, yeah.
It is probably several crimes lumped into one.
Oh, yeah.
She violated her body.
Breaking and entering.
Breaking and entering, just all
Assault,
of it.
yeah,
I feel like
it's-
this is a clear-cut case.
100%. No, she could press charges and, ruin the mother-in-law's life. Like, that's And that is so
Also,
insane to do.
absolutely terrifying that the mom was able to pull this off without waking them both up.
Yeah.
I'm a little skeptical of the husband because she broke into their house. She goes and cuts her hair, gets out of the house, and the husband's like, yeah, it might have been my mom. You just knew?
Yeah.
Right off the bat, you're like, yeah, it probably was my mom. What? Like,
This is so, like, oh
That's
my.
horrifying.
I also think, I understand her. That is a no contact.
This person
Yeah.
doesn't respect personal bound, like your literal, like your body.
Yeah.
They will just come into your space without your permission and your shit up. That is just so. I wouldn't be able to go into her house.
Because
Yeah.
she was having lunch with a coworker.
Yeah.
That's why she did this. God knows what she'll continue to do.
No.
That is such
That's
a
the
violation.
starting point, as far as we know. So, I mean, this mom could actually kill someone.
Yeah.
Like to invade someone's house like that and cross that boundary, it's not that far off, right?
No.
It's like
No, at that point, I would assume the mom is capable of anything.
it would be hard for me to sleep in that house.
I wouldn't be able to be in the same state as that mom.
No, it's indefensible. There's like no, like, if I'm the husband, I genuinely, I love my mom so much, and I obviously know she would never do anything like this, but if she did something like this, like, that is not anywhere in the realm of okay. And if my wife said, I want to go no contact, I'd be like, okay, like that is such a violation.
You have to make her and her body feel safe in that house. Right? Like if you're this person's partner, you have to make this person feel like they can rest.
I would be reporting the mom, if I'm him, I'm reporting the mom, not out just for the safety of my wife, but also kind of for the safety of the mom, being like, something is wrong. Like, you cannot be out in public right now. Like, I don't know what kind of help you need, but oh my God. Like, that is a delusion that is so extreme.
And what does she think of her son to not be able to stand up for himself or like that she has to invade into his relationship if he's being cheated on? Like, he's an adult. He's not being cheated on, but if that's the case, he's not a child. He's like an adult man.
Yeah, I mean, there are so many situations where a mother or father-in-law is being awful in a much more like normal, like kind of way, I guess is the best way I can say it. And I understand where it's tough to be put in that bind between like your spouse and your parent. This is a situation where I feel like the answer is pretty clear.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, I'm siding with the person who a crime was committed against, and I need to make them feel safe. Mom, you're a criminal.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I'm sorry. You've lost.
Yeah.
You've lost in this situation. Comments, this is assault, please report her, terrifying. Someone said, if your husband doesn't realize that this is straight up crazy behavior and that you need to be protected from this lunatic, he needs to be an ex. Someone else said, this time it was your hair, which in itself is a huge deal. Next time it could be an injury. Your husband shouldn't be stuck between his mom and you.
Yeah.
This woman is 100% to blame. You did nothing wrong. If she can't communicate things and takes this type of action, she can't be trusted. I wouldn't be trusting my husband either in this situation.
Yeah.
I'm kind of worried that he woke up and saw it happen and then like,
Oh my God.
because I'm just like, how did he know? He knew right off the bat that it was the mom, which either means she was saying something before or he woke up and was like, I don't know. I have a hard time believing that they both didn't wake up. And I believe her.
Yeah.
'Cause if she woke up, she would have been like, what the fuck? But I'm having a hard time that he didn't either.
Or maybe he just like knows his mom is a revengeful person, or he's just like on a much less insane scale. Just he has his mom fight his own battles.
Update.
Oh, yeah.
After the conversation we had with Diane this morning, I noticed my husband, Tim, was acting weird. At first, I thought it was just guilt about standing up to his mom, but it felt like more than that. He's been avoiding eye contact and getting defensive when I bring up what happened.
No.
Earlier, I couldn't take it anymore, so I sat him down and told him he needed to be 100% honest with me about everything. That's when he dropped the bombshell. Apparently, Diane didn't come up with the haircut idea on her own. Tim admitted that he knew about it ahead of time and even helped her. I felt like I'd been punched in the stomach. He said he truly thought I was cheating on him with Kyle, my gay coworker, because Diane had convinced him that there was too much evidence to ignore. When she suggested cutting my hair as some kind of weird punishment, he didn't stop her. In fact, he led her into our house that night while I was sleeping. Tim said he didn't want to confront me directly because he wasn't ready for the truth. So instead, he let his mother do this insane thing to me, thinking it would force me to come clean. Afterward, when I didn't admit to cheating, he started to realize that he might have been wrong. But by then, he didn't know how to tell me what he'd done. He kept saying, "I'm so sorry, I was just confused." But I honestly don't know how to process this. This wasn't just Diane acting like a lunatic. This was both of them. And my own husband betrayed me in one of the most humiliating ways possible. I packed a bag and am staying with a friend tonight while I figure out what to do. I don't know if I can ever trust him again after this. I think your answer's there.
Yeah.
It's not just the haircut, it's the fact that he didn't talk to me, believed the worst about me without any proof, and actively participated in something so cruel and violating. As for Diane, she's officially dead to me. I've already told Tim that I don't want her in my life ever again, regardless of what happens between us. Right now, I'm torn. Part of me wants to file a police report on both of them for what they did, but I'm scared of how messy it will get. Another part of me just wants to cut ties and move on, but that feels like letting them off too easy. I don't know what my next step is, but I do know this: I deserve better than this. Thank you to everyone who has supported me through this. Your comments and advice have meant the world, and I'm truly grateful for the kindness and understanding. It's helping me find the strength to figure out what comes next. Dude, do not, let him off. This is unbelievable.
No, pressing charges against the mom, 100%. I guess if you want to have a conversation with your husband.
They both did it, though.
Yeah.
The husband and the mom worked together to do this. They're both 100% liable.
Somehow it got so much worse. I wouldn't think that would happen.
I didn't think this could get worse. Either way, the end result is getting as far away from these people as possible. He is an absolute dumbass. I mean, what did he think was going to happen? Is like, oh, you're cheating on me, so I'm going to have my mom cut your hair in the middle of the night, and that will do something. I just don't understand what his line of thinking is here. Can you not form a complete sentence and ask your wife a question? Can you not talk to her? Like, how stupid are you? I hope charges get pressed against them so that it makes it clearer for people in the future that he is dangerous and that it will prevent other people from ever being with him. That's my hope. I also fully see what she's saying, because when we're reading a story on the internet, it's easy to be like, oh, dude, go to court, take him down. But you are kind of committing potentially your whole life.
And it costs
to
money.
Legal battles, a lot of money. It sucks that it is so complicated. I understand her just being like, I want to just get away and just move.
I would be scared of
I
the
totally
mom.
understand it.
Yeah, I'd be so scared of any retaliation that they would do if you took legal action.
Especially when you already know these are dangerous people, like truly dangerous people. That's scary because you're like, oh, because if she was like, oh, I'm worried about doing this because I'm worried they'll murder me, I'd be like, I can't say no, they won't.
She had scissors around her head.
Yeah, that is the behavior of someone who is capable of murder.
Yeah.
To me. Final update.
Oh my God.
I just wanted to give an update after everything that's happened. After spending the last couple of days trying to process everything, I finally made some concrete decisions. First, I contacted a divorce lawyer. I explained the entire situation, including that my husband admitted to and how his mother violated my trust and personal safety. The lawyer was very supportive and walked me through the process of filing for divorce. While it feels daunting, I know this is the best decision for me. I can't see a future where I could ever trust my husband again after what he allowed to happen. Second, I decided to press charges against my mother-in-law. I've filed a police report for assault, and I've documented everything. Photos of my hair, text messages, and the timeline of events. While I'm still nervous about how messy this could get, I refuse to let her get away with what she did. What she did wasn't just humiliating, it was an act of violence, and she needs to be held accountable for it. As for my husband, I've made it clear that I'm done. I've moved out and will not be returning. I've blocked his mother entirely and am limiting any communication with him to legal matters only. I'm still scared, hurt, and figuring things out, but I feel a little more empowered now that I've taken these steps. Thank you to everyone who has offered me advice, support, and encouragement. It's helped me more than you know. This is still far from over, but I'm determined to move forward and build a better future for myself. I'll keep you updated as things progress.
Wow.
I think that's the best possible outcome right now.
Yeah.
That's the last update. I hope things work out for her.
Me too.
Yeah.
Whew.
Yeah,
Man.
That's unbelievable.
That's like a true horror story.
Yeah, it really is. It's so scary.
Terrifying.
I can't believe what people are capable of. Because that is just shocking.
That's so bad.
That's one of the wildest ones we've ever read.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm imagining like if I woke up in the middle of the night and someone was in my room with scissors, that I would never be able to like forget that, you know? Like that would freak me out forever.
I would think it's a demon.
Yeah.
I'd wake up and be like, oh, a demon is trying to kill me. I need to return that figurine that I stole 30 years ago. Well, I hope for the best for her. If we ever get another update, we will be sure to share it. Because hopefully some positive things happen for her. Me too. We've been married for 6 years now. We have 2 kids and I'm 6 months pregnant with our 3rd. 2 years ago, I found out my dad has stage 3 colon cancer. My dad is my only parent as my mom passed away when I was 12. He's my favorite human and life without him doesn't seem as colorful. His laugh is contagious and he gives these big bear hugs that seem to make all of your broken pieces feel like they're perfectly in place again. Whenever I've had a hard day, he doesn't poke and prod and just lets me vent and listens. About 5 months ago, we discovered the treatment aren't working for him, and in direct quote of the doctor, he said, months, not years. Since then, he's gotten progressively worse and now is losing memory. He looked at the dog he got for me on my 21st birthday and said, wow, that's a nice dog. Where'd you get it? My husband has been my absolute rock. He has been there for me, holding my hand and helping me through this. He's been so loving and attentive to both my kids and I. Don't get me wrong, I'm a mother first always. I don't allow myself to wallow. My kids are still loved, cared for, played with, and haven't let my load slack around the house. Once my dad got his updated prognosis, my husband encouraged me to quit my job. About a month later, we discovered we were pregnant again, and I still hadn't let go of my job. I kept holding out for some reason. After finding out I was pregnant again, he assured me it was still okay to quit my job, that honestly it would save us a small fortune on daycare costs anyways. So I did. I quit my job. My best friend and I have been friends since diapers. Her family is like my family and vice versa. My mom and her mom grew up together. We've always been solid, and right after my dad's appointment, when we found out he had so little time left, I drove straight to her house and she held me while I cried for hours. If there are soulmates in friend form, she was mine. Thick as thieves is what my mom used to say. This morning as I was up with my 3-year-old, he's sick, my husband's work alarm was going off. He has a few he sets, so I turned that one off and gently woke him up. He said he was up late working, so he took the morning off, rolled over and went back to sleep. As I went to turn off the reminder of his alarms, I saw a text from my friend on his lock screen that said, I'm assuming since there hasn't been an angry pregnant lady on my doorstep, you haven't told her about us yet. Time froze in that moment. I took his phone and walked away and just read their conversations. 4 months this man has been fucking my best friend. 4 months these people have been lying to my face. And I know what you're going to say. You should have seen the warning signs. But I've been clutching this phone in my hand for 2 hours and nothing. He has been so loving and attentive to me, but he always has been. So kind and gentle. There have been no late night work nights except for once in a blue moon. There has been no lingering touches between them or even glances. They act as they have since the day I first introduced them. How sick is that? She calls him her brother, but she screws him. I know so many people get a moment of clarity in situations like this, but I have none. Aside from being sad about my dad, I haven't changed. I'm still a loving wife and mother. I still doted on him and my children. I talk to him about how he is doing and how was his day every freaking day. I haven't allowed the ground to swallow me whole. I know what I have to do now, but I just don't want to. I'm about to lose my family and my support system in one blow. I'll confront him tomorrow. Today, I just need this last 24 hours of peace. As for her, I won't give her the satisfaction of a response. I don't care why she did it. She did it and it's done. I was always the friend who cleaned up her messes. After today, I will cut her out of my life like she never mattered at all. This has to be the hardest storm I'll ever weather, but damn it, I know I'll sail through it. If not for me, for my children.
That just took 5 years off my life.
Oh, holy crap.
So much loss.
I mean, that's gotta be one of the roughest ones we've read on here. Everything happened to her. Absolutely everything.
Everything is happening to
like
her.
is happening to her. Yes, this was yesterday. This is happening right now. I think what always hits me is that I'm often thinking like this happened like months ago or like years ago. They're in a different place now. This is happening to this woman right now.
She told him today.
Yeah.
According to her, so she
Yeah.
I know
told
what I
him
have to do
Convocation
now.
did it happen today?
Today I just need this last 24 hours of peace. So yeah, right now.
They could be talking right now.
Right now.
Like literally right now.
Comments. Screenshot and save those messages before he could delete them. She said, I did. I emailed everything to myself in an old email I haven't used since high school and don't keep saved in my apps. That way, if he goes through my phone, he doesn't find it. I'm not a very good liar or good at keeping a poker face, but since he woke up, I've just been using the excuse that I'm upset about my dad and just need space. He bought it. I called around for a couple of lawyers and found one before he woke up. So I've been emailing them back and forth for the last half an hour.
Oh my God.
I hope you have a separate bank account with your own emergency fund stashed. If not, please use the time now to create one and put some funds there that he doesn't have access to. This goes for credit cards too if yours are only connected to joint accounts. She said, thankfully we signed a prenup and I've always been a very big saver, where he's always been a huge spender. So when I got my inheritance at 24 from my mom, I never touched it and it's just been growing interest he doesn't know about. I'll also be getting my childhood home when my dad goes, which I hope it's not for a while, but I know the kids and I can move in at any point and he'd welcome us with open arms. Update. Last night. She updated last night. Oh, God. A small
Oh my God.
A small update about everything going on since my kids are now in bed for the night. I spent the morning gathering everything I could and making a checklist. I sat in my office for the better part of the morning telling my husband that I was preparing things for my dad. Not a total lie. I did have to get him sorted with hospice today. My boss would be happy to have me back. However, my lawyer said pump the brakes on that idea for the time being. However, my old boss did tell me that whenever I'm ready, the door is open and to just give her a call. He does not have access to my inheritance from my father nor my mother. My lawyer assured me in that. I didn't mention her in the post, but my mother-in-law is an absolute angel. I love and adore her so much, and she's always been a shoulder to lean on. After he had gone to work for the afternoon, I asked my now ex-best friend's mom and my mother-in-law to meet me at my dad's house. My kids were outside playing with my now ex-best friend's older brother. I just handed them the screenshots, saving them from the unsavory pictures and sex tape. Though I did tell them it existed. Oh, that is To say they were furious was an understatement, and they are on my side completely. Angie, my now ex-best friend's mom, is ready to cut contact with her daughter completely. She kept repeating, yeah, people hanging out instead of like, oh my God. She kept repeating how sorry she was. We hugged and cried together. My mother-in-law told me she couldn't believe she raised a spineless, terrible human. That no matter what happens, I will always have her, and as far as she's concerned, she doesn't have a son, only a daughter. After an in-person meeting with my lawyer, we went over finances, logistics, and everything you could think of. She has all the proof, and she's out for blood. With this post now on TikTok, I don't want him to find out by an app because one look at the story and he'd know it was about him. With permission from my lawyer, my ex-best friend, her mom and dad, my soon-to-be ex, and his parents will be having a get-together tomorrow. By the time they're sitting down and showing them everything that I know, my dad, my kids, and my ex-best friend's brother, he's coming to help me juggle the kids and my dad, being big and pregnant doesn't help with mobility. We'll be at my dad's cabin a few hours away, enjoying time and space. I know a lot of people were hoping for me to get revenge or do psychological warfare, but honestly, after my kids went to bed, I took a shower and just broke. I don't have the strength or energy to dish anything out. I just want out. Pretending like everything was okay today was too exhausting, and I just don't want to do it. Once he finds out tomorrow, I'll update with the aftermath. As I'm sure it will be huge. As for now, thank you all so much for your kindness, warmth, and support. Truly, your words have helped me, give me strength to keep my head above water. I appreciate every single last one of you for everything.
Holy
Why
crap.
couldn't we film this tomorrow so that we'd have the update?
Update.
God's plan.
Yo!
Let's go.
Oh my God.
Before we walked into here, Kiana was like, an update just dropped. So this update hit right as we started filming.
Oh my God.
So this is happening right now.
Everybody shut up! Be quiet.
We are essentially live streaming.
You better
through the
read
Am
this
I the Asshole?
nicely.
Okay, I have no idea what's about to happen.
Okay.
Hello, everyone. I'm here with much awaited update. For my typing's sake, I'm going to give everyone fake names, so for context. Mother-in-law and father-in-law, Ruth and Joe. Ex-best friend's parents, Angie and Bob. This is like a play. Ex-best friend, Jess. Soon to be ex, Tyler. Ex-best friend's brother, Jake. And I'll just refer to my dad as Dad. I have a few things I wanted to get through, so I'll just summarize as best I can, and if you have any questions, I'll answer in the comments. To get this out of the way, because to me it feels important, yesterday I scheduled a same-day appointment with my OBGYN and got tested for just about every STD, STI out there. I got results back and they were all negative. There's a few that take up to 2 weeks to get the results back for, so I'll be waiting on those. When I met with my lawyer, I brought everything on my end financially wise, including the wills from both my dad and my mom, and I managed to get my hands on his financial documents. He stores his in his office in a locked box. I also brought over everything we had set up financially for my children. While I'm not totally sure if it's everything, I'm pretty confident I got most of it. My lawyer was happy I managed to get my hands on that much. Ruth even handed over her will to me from both her and Bob to ensure I was taken care of in the divorce. My lawyer understands I am wanting a divorce immediately. However, she wants to make sure she is thorough and isn't missing any key info. So hopefully I'll have an actual divorce papers to give him in about 30 days. I'm not rushing her though. I'm letting the professional do her job. Now for the sit down. I asked Angie and Ruth to describe everything in detail on what happened. Angie, the revenge seeker that she is, forced them to sit through a slideshow she put together of all the texts. Holy shit. I know a lot of you were concerned about one of them telling them sooner than later, but they were so secretive, they didn't even tell their significant others about what was happening. Once the slideshow ended, Tyler tried lunging for Jess, and Joe actually had to force him to sit down. Tyler was shouting profanities at Jess and telling her she will regret this. Jess started crying and begging her parents for forgiveness. Bob looked at his daughter in the eye and told her he will never forgive her for this. Blood or not, she is no daughter of his. He didn't raise his daughter to be this person. Jess has always been a daddy's girl, so I think that cut her pretty deep. Jess is in the middle of a divorce herself, and her parents were giving her money for her lawyer, and they told her she is cut off from them both financially and physically. Tyler's dad was irate. According to Ruth, he looked like he was holding back on throttling him. From there, Tyler went straight home. I know because we have a Ring doorbell camera along with a few cameras in the house for our kids to keep an eye on them when we aren't right next to them. Tyler came home and saw that most of mine and the kids' stuff was gone and he lost it. Started yelling and throwing things. The house is now trashed with a few holes in the walls for decoration. When he didn't find us there, he went to my dad's. While I did spend most of the day, he was at work packing and moving things into my dad's house. We were already at his cabin. Tyler took a baseball bat to my dad's door, trying and failing to break it down. My dad's neighbor actually called the cops on him, and he was arrested. His parents refused to bail him out. I had an appointment with this is fucking insane.
What? Oh my God.
Someone's on the toilet right now like, oh! Is that you? I had an appointment with my therapist today. I've had one for a year now since I was struggling with my dad, and it felt good just to cry it out and let everything out about how I was feeling. The therapist was like, oh! It was very helpful, and she gave me a few tools to work through my emotions with this one. I felt very grounded and empowered leaving my session today.
The tool is just a gun.
Here's the tool, a sword. I'm also planning on setting up my children with a therapist when we get back from the cabin to figure out the best way to deal with telling them. I know people said I shouldn't, but I will be telling them, just in an age-appropriate way. I don't want there to be secrets and lies between us. I've always been as open and honest as I can with them. Again, in a most kid-appropriate way. Just because they're small humans, they're still humans and still deserve the truth. I had a handful of comments telling me I should stay and every man cheats. I should work things out because most of our marriage was good. I refuse to believe all men cheat. My parents were married for 20 years, and after my mom passed, my dad never moved on. I watched my dad love my mom for 12 of those years and cherish her. I will not accept anything less than that kind of love. He never cheated, nor did she. While I'm not sure when I'll be ready to move on, falling in love is absolutely the last thing on my mind at the moment. I refuse to let Tyler win and destroy love for me completely. I will move on from this. Jess started blowing up my phone, demanding I fix this situation, and immediately blaming me. My lawyer told me to not block texts just in case they spill out additional info I was missing. She was playing the poor me card very hard. The thing is, though, I never influenced Angie and Bob to cut contact with their daughter. They made that choice on their own. She actually started blaming me for stealing the love of her life. I introduced them when Tyler and I started dating, so not sure where that came from, and that Tyler's is only with me for the kids. Honestly, I knew she was just trying to hurt me at that point. I didn't give her the satisfaction of responding, though. Between her and Tyler, I have about 200 missed calls.
Whoa.
Tyler went from begging and pleading me to forgive him. Like I said, I didn't have divorce papers to hand him, so he's stuck in this unknown gray area. I also asked Angie and Ruth to not say anything about the divorce to him yet, purely just for my satisfaction, honestly. I know it's slightly petty, but keeping him in that gray area of not knowing is my small revenge to him. To threatening to call the cops on me for kidnapping, telling me Jess wasn't the only one. Bingo, just what I was looking for. To telling me I'm a stuck-up bitch, to threatening me, to back to begging me for forgiveness. Honestly, it was just a whiplash reading those texts. I'd be lying in saying if those texts didn't hurt me and terrify me all at once, but I refuse to let them break me. As for both of them together, I don't think he is going to stay with her. I think he blames her for blowing up our marriage, honestly. Who knows, though? They deserve each other. I was initially okay to do a 50-50 split with Tyler for custody, but after his reaction, I don't feel comfortable with that, so I'll likely be going for full custody. Jake has about 30 days of leave he's saved up, and he's going to be using them to help the kids and I get settled at my dad's house, and honestly to be there in case Tyler tries showing up going crazy again. He's been such a big help to the kids and I lately, and I'm forever in his debt for this. Last night after the kids went to bed, he hooked up his Xbox and we played a game called Diablo 4 together. I don't know why it's so funny. Have you played Diablo 4? To play Diablo 4 to help me take my mind off of things. It was fun. However, he did sort of confess that he's always had feelings for me somewhere in the midst of things, but also told me to not say or do anything back. He understands a relationship or anything like that isn't on my mind and won't be for a while. He isn't wrong, but just that he's felt that way since we were teenagers and just wanted to get it off his chest. Thank you again. Seriously, your comments, your support, your messages, all of it has been one giant breath of fresh air. Just knowing I had a whole online community willing to go to bat for me has kept me treading water these last couple days. Your comments have popped in my head when I felt like just giving up on leaving him because it's so hard and gave me so many great points and helpful advice. I know I deserve more and I can't accept his actions. And to the people who commented relating to my situation, my heart goes out to all of you. This pain is awful and I hate that so many of you can relate, but your stories have resonated deep within me. You all keep commenting me for my strength, and my personal favorite is telling me how proud of me you are. Every time I see those words, I start to tear up. I'm blaming the pregnancy hormones. Your words have helped put me at ease, so that way I could do what I knew I needed to do. So I'll leave this here for now. If anything of importance happens when I go back home, I'll update further. Thank you all, and I hope you all have a wonderful evening.
Wow. The amount of goosebumps and chills I've gotten has caused my hair to grow an entire inch.
I just lived 4 lives.
That's happening right now. This isn't from months ago. This is right now.
That is so crazy. I am so happy for her, the support that she has gotten. Yeah. And like, it is so typical that the cheaters, of course, weren't expecting any kind of consequences like this. And the OP literally discovered all of this by such like an insensitive text. There's not an angry pregnant woman at my doorstep, so I'm assuming you haven't told her. What did they think was going to happen? What did they think was going
That's
to
what I always
happen?
wonder with people in affairs. I'm like,
Yeah, they don't understand cause and effect. They don't understand the impact that they have because they're selfish people. Yeah. And it's so sad that so many people are like, well, you should just stay. All men cheat. But like, I feel so bad for those people because they are really deserve better. All of those people deserve better.
And she's gotten like the best case scenario out of all of this, and she's so strong.
Yeah.
dude, she is strong as hell. Cause holy shit, in the midst of her also losing her dad, like, oh my God, that alone is like, you're strong for holding yourself together. And this, dude, she's gonna be made of titanium for the rest of her life.
She's a superhero.
Like,
This is as close as it gets.
People are gonna try to hurt her feelings. She's like, I want you to stop right there. Let me show you a Reddit story.
Yeah.
It makes me really happy, like, the way that both her exes and her ex-best friend's parents acted. Because, like, you hear some of these stories and, like, then the parents of the people who did the shitty thing side with their shitty child. And it's like, because they just can't get it through their head that their child would ever do something wrong. And it makes me very, like, happy to hear that both sets of parents were like, what the fuck is wrong with our kids?
This was, honestly, this is kind of rare as far as the Reddit stories we've read here. Usually whenever someone like has like an asshole sibling or like an asshole like partner, parents a lot of times in these stories side with the person. And try to defend it and deny and just go, oh, it's okay, it's gonna be okay. This is a very unique response and it's very cool to see. I mean, I'm so glad she does have a network of people who are supporting her, and damn, she got everything in line quick.
Yeah, I can't, that's so crazy to me that just like from the moment she saw the text, she was like, this, like, I'm getting everything ready so that like in 24 hours, it all blew up and she was completely set and sorted with the lawyer.
She was also
gone.
She was so smart. She's handled it so wisely, and the friend is f***ed up by texting her a bunch of shit that she can then use for the lawyers. It's like,
well,
dude.
and now her now ex was like, Jess wasn't the only one.
Yeah.
Like,
and the fact, and also like, and then going and taking a baseball bat to a door and getting arrested. It's like, you guys just completely.
Also, Jess was getting divorced from her husband. So like they were planning to end, like were they planning to go and be together?
Interesting.
Like, and then blaming OP for ruining her marriage is hilarious to me.
Oh, dude, that's so funny.
Blaming everyone else but themselves for they did the wrong thing.
Yeah, it scares me.
I'm like almost sweating from that
I
one.
did sweat.
I've
sweated.
Yeah.
It scares me, but like, I don't.
It scares me because she said like, and I believe her, like that her husband was a genuine, like loving and caring person and seemed like an amazing guy and that there were no signs. And that's what scares me, that like someone who presents as such a good person could be capable of something so incredibly shitty.
Asshole.
Yeah. Do we have like a cool down story? Like something kind of silly? I need a...
Me, 24-year-old woman with my SO, 27-year-old man, of 1 year. He destroyed a sentimental item of mine and sees nothing wrong with it because of the circumstances. Me, 24-year-old female. SO, 27 male, let's call him Eugene. My sister, female, deceased 2 years, let's call her Carrie.
Oh, it just got sad.
Background about my sister. 2 years ago, my sister was killed in a car accident. She was riding with a friend to the mall, the friend's parent was driving, and a teenage boy plowed through a red light while texting on his phone and hit the car with my sister, Carrie, was in. Carrie was killed instantly, and her friend June was in a coma for 3 weeks before her parents took her off life support. When Carrie passed, I was devastated and angry and just not in a good place. Carrie and I had been extremely close. Despite a 7-year age gap between us, we enjoyed a lot of the same shows. We went to concerts together, we volunteered together, and I took it upon myself to guide Carrie like any big sister would do. Our parents were extremely busy with work most days, and Carrie and I would often cook together and do crafts when we weren't too busy with schoolwork. Carrie wanted to be a NICU nurse when she grew up, and I helped her find a volunteer position at a local hospital to help her gain some experience being around patients. In short, Carrie was my sister and best friend, and when she passed, I was a mess. this. The last craft Carrie and I made together was a set of candles. We both bought the wax at a local craft store, and we both made each other a candle and decorated the jar it was in. That was the day before she was killed. At her funeral, Carrie was buried with the candle I made her. The candle Carrie made me sits on my desk next to my favorite picture of her and I together at the beach. Or it did, until last week. Background about my boyfriend. I met my boyfriend about 1.5 years ago, about 6 months after Carrie passed. I wasn't looking for a relationship. I was still grieving my sister's death, but Eugene came along and it was love at first sight. He was extremely supportive, let me cry on him when I needed to, didn't push me into getting over grieving or anything. He was extremely gentlemanly about everything and very, very patient. After 6 months of seeing each other pretty regularly, we made it official. Eugene came into my life at a very low point, and he has always been very respectful of sentiments I keep from my sister, never asking me to take them down, always giving me space when I needed to cry. Eugene, along with most, if not all, of my friends and family, know about Carrie's candle. There was a point after she died where I would take the candle with me everywhere out of fear that someone might light it or steal it, or who knows what. The point is, that candle was and still is a very important part of my life and something that my sister made for me and me alone. When Eugene and I moved in together about 4 months ago, I packed away most of the reminders of my sister and put out the candle and picture on my desk. I felt that this was a huge step because when I'd lived just by myself, I had pictures everywhere and a few knickknacks laying around from my sister. I wanted to make Eugene and I's home our home with just a small part of my sister there. Eugene understood and was very supportive. The issue. Last week, we had a massive winter storm that knocked out power. We didn't have power for 3+ days. The power was knocked out at Eugene and I's house while I was at work, which did not lose power. Eugene texted me that he was going to light some candles and try to get a generator so we could have some power, or at least be able to charge our phones / use lights / etc. Now, we probably have 30+ candles in our house. I'm a huge fan of sales, and when Bath & Body Works has a candle sale, I like to stock up and get a range of scents. We have candles scattered all over our house.
This is a 10-year-old story.
Yeah.
Bath & Body Works?
Yeah, I know. It's still around. In the room where my desk is, there are no candles aside from the one Carrie made me. None at all, and there never has been. This room is also downstairs, where Eugene doesn't spend a lot of time. His desk is upstairs. When I arrived home from work last week, I noticed a bunch of candles burning in our living room, safely, always monitored, and not near anything that could ignite. One of these candles was the candle that Carrie had made me. I burst into tears, and when Eugene heard me crying, he came out from the bedroom, where he was lighting more candles, and asked what was wrong. I was a wreck and couldn't get any words out. When he tried to calm me down, I shoved past him and locked myself in the room where my desk was and just cried. I don't know how he could be so stupid. I thought he understood how sentimental the candle was and how much I cherished having a candle that my now deceased sister had spent time making with me just a day before she was killed. I haven't been able to speak to Eugene since it happened, Tuesday of last week. He has tried to explain why he did it, because he needed candles to be able to see, but I just can't wrap my head around it. He hadn't gotten into the large candle stash I have upstairs right by the living room, but went downstairs, out of the way, to grab the most sentimental, cherished item I have. The candle was burning most of the day while I was at work and is now melted and pretty much gone. I do still have the jar it was in, but I can't look at it without bursting into tears. Reddit, what do I do? Eugene says it was an accident, but I just don't believe that. He said he was getting around to lighting the candle surplus we have upstairs, but just hadn't gotten there yet, after being home 6 hours alone with no power. I am heartbroken and feel like this is a major slap in the face. I feel disrespected. I feel like he disrespected my sister. I just don't know what to do. I just don't feel like I can forgive him for this. Can or should I try to work past this? Ooh.
Wow, that's
That's so sad.
Yeah.
This episode is a friggin' roller coaster, man.
I know. Updates always have a lot. I understand that she may not be able to get past that. And I understand we can all be forgetful and stuff. It's that's a pretty intense one.
And it seems like that was her big one. That was her big single thing.
That's not oh, my mom got me a candle for my birthday. It's oh, I lit that. It's oh, my mom got that for my birthday. It's oh, sorry, I didn't realize it was that important to you. It's
I would bet money that he completely forgot the significance of that candle.
Oh, of course. Otherwise, he wouldn't have done that.
And that he just thought it was a memorial candle
Just
to be next
exactly.
to be next to the photo. Not that I'm defending him.
No. It's like he's either the devil, pure evil, or he's a dumbass and didn't register that this is very sentimental.
Yeah, but they've been together for years and they're moving in together. And it's like
Exactly.
he has heard this story.
Maybe in the beginning. But I'm not.
That's a story that if you've forgotten, like,
Right.
Yeah.
oof, like this is your person you're
Supposed to be
moving
your
in with.
partner,
Like, damn, like I give people a pass on forgetting things all the time, right? Like we're all forgetful. But this one, I mean, holy shit.
Yeah.
Anything to do with grief, like it's like you got to take that so seriously.
Yeah.
And if he truly did forget, I mean, man, you got to be so apologetic. You are gonna have to pull out all the stops to show her that
And
this was an
instead-
accident. You cannot play this off.
Yeah, instead he diminished it.
He
right?
totally
He's like, I'm sorry, just
yeah, he
He just said, I needed candles to see.
yeah, it's like okay.
It sounded like they have a bajillion
It sounds like you
candles.
can't walk in this house without tripping over a candle.
Yeah, they don't live in a
Yeah.
cave.
Yeah, so she said like they have a candle stash.
Yeah.
It's like
Well, she said she walked in with candles lit, and he came from the other room having just lit other candles. I'm like, how many candles have to be in
Also,
this
she's
house?
saying like we're doing it safely. It's like, well, you have candles in different rooms. You need to be in the room with the candle. I think
Right.
like you need to be
Usually. Yeah, you'd do that.
for the most part. Comments. I would say this is an accident, except he clearly grabbed a bunch of candles and Carrie's candle as well. He knew it had significance to you. Yeesh, I don't know. This is a weird one. I'm a very forgetful guy myself, I'll admit, but if you had told me all of this history about the candle, I mean, there's not any way you should forget that candle as a boyfriend or SO or whatever. It pissed me off reading this. I forgot, babe. He would have got a slap to his face and I would have walked out. If you can't trust him with something that simple and yet so important to you, what does that say about his future actions and being responsible for them? There should be heavy repercussions. Stay with your parents till the new candle is done. Show him how unacceptable this is. Someone said, this may be the wrong idea and it may not help, but as a sentimental crafter, I have a thought. First, I am so sorry about the candle. From what you said about your boyfriend, I think he just wasn't thinking. It might not even have occurred to him to remember that candles are consumable and the wax would melt completely away. Okay, on to the next step, maybe a stupid idea. It's so clear that you're still grieving over the loss of your sister. You still have the jar. On her birthday or the anniversary of her death, if that feels right, make a new candle in the jar. Pick her favorite color or something. When you make the candle, pour in all of your love for her along with the wax. Think of it now as something you made together. She made the vessel, you made the love. Just a thought, maybe cheesy and stupid, but maybe not. Someone lastly said, has he apologized sincerely or just blown it off? The magnitude of his remorse should be your guide in how to take this. If he was just an absent-minded dolt, yeah, mistake. But a more deliberate action would have him showing little to no remorse. OP said he actually has not apologized, but instead tried to defend his actions by saying he needed the candle for light, and then moved on to saying it was an accident. But thinking back, I don't think he's apologized for it at all. That's your answer.
there you go. That's your
That's
answer right
answer,
there.
man. Like, I don't.
If he's not apologizing, then it's.
I think he's
screw that.
embarrassed.
Yeah.
Like-
I mean, sure. yeah.
Sure.
I think that comment of like filling up the like if you melt down the remaining wax and combine it with new wax and then pour it into the candle, that'd be a way to like
I think
at
it's
least
an interesting way to like honor
to
your sister.
rejuvenate that item.
Of
you know?
course.
Yeah.
It is so sad though, because I'm sure there was a part of her that thought like she will light that candle someday. Like
Of course.
she would be the one to do it. And now that's just gone. And it's gone from this stupid situation. But these types of things happen all the time. I do think that type of comment is important though. I think the ritual of things is really important.
Absolutely.
And I do think she needs to do something to like
Fix this for herself.
one, to bring it back for herself, and then also to like help her like move on.
Because every
with
time
it.
she sees that candle now, she's gonna be reminded of this. Like she's gonna resent her significant other.
The fact
Yeah.
that he
Like,
can't
forever.
apologize is just so.
No, this sounds like if I'm a friend of hers, I'm gonna be like, this sounds like
That guy sucks.
This is broken. Like that's, I don't know how you get past that.
Yeah.
Right.
Update.
Jeez. Okay.
All right.
Update from 20 days later.
20 days later. Good movie.
Good movie.
Do you think they're gonna stay together? Think they're gonna break up?
I would hope they break up.
I do too.
Fingies crossed.
Yeah. My original post was the day before Thanksgiving. Eugene and I had planned to spend Thanksgiving with my parents, but that did not end up happening. On my way home from work, I stopped at a local craft store to pick up supplies to make a new memorial candle for Carrie. Thank you to the user for that amazing, heartfelt suggestion. My parents and I spent a day remembering Carrie and making a new candle using some of the wax from the original candle. I also ended up purchasing a locket and having some of the remaining wax from the candle put inside and the locket welded shut by a friend. On the evening of my post, I got home and Eugene said he wanted to talk. I agreed we needed to clear the air before Thanksgiving, so we sat in the living room and started to talk. I was not ready for what he told me. A few commenters from my original post seemed to hit the nail on the head in a way. Eugene told me that when we first met, he was extremely turned on by the fact that I was essentially a damsel in distress.
Bro, no. Oh, he wedding crashered her.
I just lost my sister recently. I was in a massive depression. I wasn't myself. And that turned him on both sexually and in a protective way.
Oh, no. God, I just need men to do something like anything better. God.
Yeah. Over the past few months, I've started to become more myself. I got promoted at my job, I've joined a cooking class and have gotten out more, and I've definitely moved away from being a damsel in distress in the eyes of Eugene. He went on to explain that he burned the candle in hopes that it would throw me back into that phase because that is the only time he felt he was attracted to me.
No! No! No!
No! No! No!
All right.
No! No!
Eugene? No. This is Eugene now.
So he is pure evil.
He is actually. Just
All right.
This is all.
All right, permission to kill.
I guess we should always consider that, like men be horny, you know,
Right.
and that any motivation to do anything could be
Horny.
Unfortunately, this is one of those cases. Oh my God.
I was sitting there and I was like, there's the chance he did it on purpose. And I was like, there's no way.
What did
There's
he
no way
think
he
was
did it
going to
on
happen?
purpose.
She'd like just restart and be like, "Oh, please have sex with me, man." God.
That's crazy.
That's right. He is not attracted to me unless I'm upset, crying, and a damsel in distress. When I prodded for more information, he told me that everyone prior to me that he had dated had either just experienced a loss or was in need of rescuing. Eugene told me he was no longer attracted to me. He dreaded having sex with me because he could no longer be the hero that was rescuing me, which is what turned him on in the first place.
Brother, that is what role play is for, you dumb idiot.
Oh my God, rent a castle. Jesus.
He didn't like to go out in public with me because I had started to put myself together more, like not just wearing a t-shirt and jeans like I did when depressed, and that attracted the stares of other men that he saw as a threat, taking away his damsel in distress. Eugene had a whole laundry list of things he hated doing now because I wasn't in a funk anymore. I told him if that was the case, then we needed to break up. He agreed and said he would go stay with a friend until he could make new living arrangements. My name is the only one on our house, and I told him I would give him 60 days to vacate the house, which he agreed was fair. Over the past few weeks, I've spent a lot of time with my parents and with close friends. I don't really feel like I've been dumped or broke up with someone. I just feel like me. Carrie's candle sits on my desk where the original was, and I wear the locket every day. Thank you, Reddit, for listening. I appreciate it more than you know.
Oh, jeez.
Wow. I just think like it's so wild because like obviously this guy has like a fetish and like you could fulfill those consensually like in the bedroom with like something like role play. Like you don't have to try to like manipulate your partner to get her into a state to like turn you like that's like
and he admitted that that's like he preys on these people who are either grieving or going through shit.
yeah, because he's too cowardly to like try to find another way to get his rocks off. That's crazy.
It's wild when we read about people doing things that sounds fictional. I believe this story though.
Yeah.
I know these types of people are real, and it's just like, man, like you watch a movie sometimes and you're like, oh well, the villain wasn't believable
Right.
because they were just evil.
And then you
But
sit
then
on
see this and I'm like,
Sausage Reddit
oh, this guy
stories.
was evil because he was horny. Like that's the thing.
That's all it took?
Many such cases.
Like truly, it's just like, oh, I'm turned on by your despair. I'm like, that sounds like
horrible.
That doesn't sound like a real guy, but it is.
Yeah.
Jesus.
What I loved about that last thing is that she was like, I don't feel like I've been dumped. I don't feel like this. I feel like me.
Yes.
And I'm like, that's beautiful. Thank God.
I am happy that she has
found
getting
something.
out of this.
Yes.
Well, I think he wanted to get out too because
I know. I kind of hate that
he wasn't feeling it anymore.
I truly. This is a situation where I'm like, I hope karma finds this man.
This is where karma will.
I'm like, Death, do your thing. Like, find him. Him admitting all this shit to her, like, I only date grieving people. I'm like, you're giving a villain speech to her?
Right.
It's just one of those things. He hasn't done the internal work, and he's just working the only way that he thinks he can. Not that I'm giving any
No,
I'm
that's
not,
just the explanation of why he's acting that way.
Yeah.
And it's bad.
And it's like we can all see it, and it's like.
Oy. Oy, oy, oy.